Hey guys, it's Miharu. So after a lot of hassle, I was finally able to get EPSXC up and running, and now I'm able to play the original Spyro trilogy on stream for you guys. And by doing that, I was also able to play some alternate versions of the first game I've been wanting to try, those being the Japanese version, which I'm pretty sure you've all heard about by now, and the prototype build that was made public by HWD405 over on his channel. As this information has been out there for several months now, I'm sure most of what I'm about to say is common knowledge to a good chunk of the community. However, I thought it would be fun to go over some of the differences found in this early version of the game, and discuss why they may have been changed. So here's the top 5 most interesting differences from the June 15th, 1998 prototype of Spyro the Dragon. Number 5. The Waterfall Stones and Artisans. There's not much to this one. Instead of being able to jump on the stones in any order, it used to be that you'd have to step on the right stone first, and go around in a sort of clockwise pattern. Each one would light up accordingly to let you know if you were doing it correctly. I suppose this was changed to make it feel like more of a secret, almost as if you had to talk to Lucas first before even attempting to open Sunny Flight, making it really the only instance of backtracking you'll find in this game. Number 4. Metalhead's Power Poles. Everyone knows how this fight goes. When the poles turn green, attack them to defeat Metalhead. However, originally the power poles came in 2 different types. There were the standard ones, which cycled through yellow and blue, yellow being the safe to attack color instead of green, and red ones that only Metalhead himself could destroy. While I understand the decision to change the colors, this is honestly a mechanic I wish would have been kept. I don't know about you, but whenever I would fight this boss, and even to this day, I always have him destroy his own power supply. It's more fun that way, makes you feel like you've outsmarted him. Though it's likely this was done to avoid confusion and make things easier. Number 3. The Turtles in Dark Passage. Instead of shooting fireballs, the armored turtles from Dark Passage were originally going to spit flaming bat creatures at you. Oh, and in large form, they release these creatures from their stomach instead of their mouth. Imagine being a kid and seeing that. Or even better, take a moment to picture how that might have looked in Reignited. I could see people having trouble with this, as the attack seems to take less time to charge, and looks incredibly difficult to avoid what with the bats not flying in a straight line, and having quite a bit of range. Number 2. Blowhard's Wizard Hats. Blowhard is probably the most overlooked boss in the game, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that his level is kind of bland and forgettable. It didn't have any dogs that plagued people's nightmares or enemies that kamikaze themselves off a cliff, just your standard wizards and druids. But though there may have not been any unique enemies, this level used to have a unique gimmick. Each baddie would wear a hat that made them impervious to your attacks, so you'd first have to flame the hat off their head before attacking them directly. While this is a neat idea, and certainly would have made Blowhard's level more memorable, it is a bit tedious to have to do this for every single enemy you come across. And at number 1, we have the Shrink Fairies. These were a special type of fairy that would only appear in high caves. Whereas in the final version we got the well-known Super Flame Fairy, the prototype had a different method of exterminating those creepy metal-back spiders. Instead of getting a new power-up with which to defeat them, the fairies would instead use their magic to shrink the bugs down to a smaller size which you could easily charge. I assume this was changed to introduce the concept of the Super Flame early on, and maybe because the mechanic itself was a little buggy, pardon the pun. It also feels a lot more satisfying to kill otherwise invincible enemies by means of a power-up. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on these prototype differences in the comments below. As always, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on all my social medias, and I will see you next time. Until then, this is Miharu, signing off.